The Knicks are on track to make the playoffs for the first time since 2013. What was thought to be a rebuilding year and another season of praying for the number one pick has become one of the most exciting seasons in a long time for the Knicks. The Knicks front office looks like they already have their eyes on improving, as they're reportedly interested in Kyle Lowry. Lowry has consistently been one of the top point guards in the league over the past decade. Once viewed as just a regular season all-star and a playoff choker, he shook off his playoff demons when he helped the Raptors to win the title in 2019. He's now set to become an unrestricted free agent in the 2021 offseason, and after an abysmal year from Toronto, it looks like he's headed elsewhere. So, how good is Kyle Lowry in 2021, and does he make sense on the Knicks? Let's talk about it. But before we continue, if you like content like this, please like the video and subscribe, as your support is very much appreciated. Now let's get started. Kyle Lowry is a six-time All-Star, and even at the age of 35, he's having another fantastic season. Perhaps his biggest strength is his elite playmaking. His 7.3 assists per game ranks 10th in the league. He's extremely unselfish with the ball, always looking to pass to the wide open man when he breaks down the defense and draws help defenders. He's got excellent court vision, able to regularly find and set up his teammates, and he tends to keep the ball moving, very much willing to pass up a good shot for a great shot by swinging it to the open man. He's also a very capable scorer. He's a pass-first player, but he could go off for a 30-point game on any given night. He shoots 40% from three on 7 attempts a game, a remarkable percentage considering the high volume and difficulty on his attempts. He's really deadly both shooting off the dribble and off the catch. Lowry is also really good at driving to the hoop. Most small guards tend to struggle to finish, but Lowry shoots an impressive 59% within 5 feet of the basket. He's only 6 feet tall and he isn't very athletic, but when he lacks in size, he makes up for it in craft. Lowry is a master of using his strong body to shield the ball away from the defender to get his layup off. Lowry also has an excellent floater game, and he's great at using hang time to get defenders to mistime their jump, allowing him to get his layup off. If you look at his shot chart, Lowry is getting his damage done nearly all in the paint and from three. These are the two most efficient areas on the court, which is why Lowry is such an efficient player. On the season, he's got a true shooting percentage of 59%, which is very good. Next, let's talk about Lowry's defense. Even at the age of 35, Lowry is still a very good defender, both as a man-to-man defender and team defender. He's always getting in the passing lanes for steals and deflections. Lowry's 2.2 deflections per game ranks 7th in the entire league. He also ranks 4th in the entire league in drawing charges. He's very much willing to put his body on the line, get right outside the restricted area, and draw the offensive foul. Despite his lack of height, he's versatile defensively and can hold his own even when matched up against bigs. A lot of guys think they could post Lowry up, but he's strong as a bull, and they usually find themselves not getting favorable position. He's a scrappy, aggressive, high basketball IQ player, which is why he does very well on both ends. The last positive trait I want to talk about is Kyle Lowry's leadership. For years, Lowry has embraced a leadership role, and it's a huge part of the reason the Raptors are consistently good. Lowry has earned the reputation as a choker, but he was excellent in last year's playoffs. He averaged 18 points and 6 assists per game, and he was the main reason the Raptors took Boston to 7 games in the second round, with Pascal Siakam struggling. He of course played a huge role in Toronto winning the 2019 championship as well. As we can see, Lowry does a lot of things on the court at an extremely high level on both ends of the floor. In terms of weaknesses, Kyle Lowry can often be a streaky shooter. He's generally an efficient player, but he often has nights when his shot just simply isn't hitting. He tends to rely on difficult off-the-dribble threes, which are tough to make. Throughout his career, he's often been a player that has shooting slumps, but because his game is pretty well-rounded, he always has a positive impact. The last weakness I'm going to talk about is Lowry's age and mileage. Lowry is still elite, but he's getting up there in the years. He's been in the league since 2006, so at some point, you know there's going to be a drop-off. He did only play in 42 games this year due to nagging injuries. When he plays, he's fantastic, but considering his age and mileage, there's a bit of a risk when signing him to the roster. Now let's talk about Lowry's fit with the Knicks roster. I think Kyle Lowry would be an ideal fit for the Knicks at the starting point guard position. Elfrid Payton is extremely mediocre. He does do some things on the court well, but his lack of outside shooting is a liability. Lowry would instantly improve the Knicks' spacing, allowing them to play 4 out on offense. His playmaking skills would also be a breath of fresh air for the Knicks, as they don't get great playmaking out of the point guard position. And of course, Thibodeau would also welcome Lowry's defensive abilities to a Knicks team that has ranked top 5 in defense this year. The Knicks are a good team. Adding an elite floor general like Lowry could push them into contender status. Of course, what's also important is figuring out what type of deal Lowry wants. Kyle Lowry reportedly wants a 2-year, $50 million deal. I personally think this is an excellent contract. At age 35, Lowry probably has 1 to 2 years left of elite basketball. We've already talked about his mileage and age. By signing him to a short-term deal, this makes it so the Knicks aren't screwed long-term if Lowry was to fall off. I do know some fans want to go for a younger point guard like Lonzo Ball, but Lowry is the best free agent point guard available other than Chris Paul, and that's if he opts out of his $40 million player option. Lonzo is available, but Lowry is significantly better than him, and while Lonzo is good, there's no guarantee he would ever reach an all-star level. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. What do you think of Kyle Lowry? Should the Knicks bring him in, and what should his contract look like? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.